This is an eternal principle that continues to go forward. That if you're being offered more, you should take it. You always have agency, but you should take it if you're being offered greater truth.
Well, with the term measured here, like, what's happening is there's a new stick by which we are being measured, right? That's what's happening with the restoration.
Yeah.
Okay, in Jesus' time, they had the Old Testament, they had the Torah, right? But then Jesus came on the scene and said, new prophets in town, new keys, new revelation. You had apostles, you got new scripture, okay? It became the New Testament. But what happened? Well, now salvation was measured by if you were true and faithful to the new priesthood and the new scripture. Right, the living word, okay? And those who rejected it, it didn't matter how faithful they were to the law of Moses. If they rejected the living priesthood, the true and living church that Jesus established, it doesn't matter how much you were faithful to the Torah at that point. If you were rejecting the apostles, like what worked in the past no longer worked. You had to continue with the program. With the restoration of the gospel, of the fullness of the gospel, we have that again, right? The Doctrine and Covenants refers to the Book of Mormon as the New Covenant, right? But really, it's Book of Mormon and Doctrine and Covenants and the living priesthood, like ongoing revelation that we receive. That's the new stick by which we are measured.
Mm-hmm.
And when judgment happens for us of this dispensation, we are going to be judged against our faithfulness to the Book of Mormon, to the Doctrine and Covenants, to the living priesthood that is on the earth. And when I say us, I mean the world. That is this new stick by which that's why, I was tongue in cheek, I put the title on the slide, A New Testament.
Yeah.
Because we have a new stick by which we are measured. We have a new true and living church. We have a new living priesthood representing Jesus Christ on the earth.
Well, and go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's
well, I was just gonna add too that this is one of the criticisms that I think a lot of people outside of the church have is our purposeful focus on, in particular, the Book of Mormon. They're familiar with that. They're less familiar with the Doctrine and Covenants and modern day revelation. And we obviously focus on that heavily as well. And they criticize our lack of seeming interest in the New Testament or in the Bible, which obviously is not the case. We obviously have a very intense interest in also studying the Old and the New Testament. But to get at the heart of the matter, exactly to what you're saying here, what we understand and what ultimately we need our other Christian brothers and sisters to understand is the Old Testament and the New Testament are great, and they have truth in them, and they are to be studied and are to be understood and to gain what can be gained out of them. But ultimately, those are not the judgment bar that's going to be utilized when we go before and stand before the Lord. But ultimately, those are not the judgment bar that's going to be utilized when we go before and stand before the Lord.
Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.